Check this out. We've been waiting for this news for a very long time, and now Cadillac confirms the Escalade V, the most powerful Escalade SUV ever, production-based SUV. And everything we know about this new luxury SUV, it's coming up right now. Basically, what Cadillac is doing, they're unveiling it, showing it to us in several images, and also a video clip that I'll share with you in a couple of minutes. But we don't know a lot of specifications about this SUV yet, but we will in the spring of 2022, this year, just in a few months, when it goes on sale later this year. So let's dig in. So first of all, let's take a look. It has a unique front fascia. The profile is about the same. The wheels and the tires look unique to the V series. You have a very big V badge right there on the side to let people who are in the know kind of tell that this is kind of special. And this front fascia is unique because it kind of separates the side lights and the LED signature from the main part of the grille. I'll show you the current Cadillac Escalade pictures in a second. Here's a couple of other details Cadillac has shared. Of course, the interior is going to be unique on this very special and powerful new version of the Escalade. And here's the front end. What's under the hood? Well, we think it's a very potent power plant. And the latest rumors, this is unconfirmed still, it's a supercharged LT4 6.2 liter V8. How much horsepower does it make? Well, once again, we don't know. But I have a couple of guesses, because I think in order for this to be successful, because the Cadillac Escalade is already a very successful vehicle for them, but it's lacking that special powerful touch. I think it's going to be well over 600 horsepower, but I'll explain to you why I think this in a second. So once again, it will have all the tech loaded into it, including, as you can see, by the radar system and the camera systems up front. It should have the Super Cruise still that's available on the current Escalade. Basically a semi-autonomous driving mode on the highways, hands-free. So it should have all of those features and more, as well as their latest interior and their speaker system and their night vision and everything else. You can see a special wheel with a V right there. Once again, Bridgestone tire. Looks to be a pretty high performance tire. I'm curious about the top speed on this one, because for trucks, they're usually limited by tires as far as their top speed is concerned. And let's zoom in here on the rear section of this one. It seems to be pretty unique and special. There are quad pipes coming out the back, but they're squared off. This is not a very good view of it. And there's kind of a spoiler or a diffuser in the back around the hitch area. I hope they still keep the hitch, because I would like to tow with this, of course. But here's another look at the kind of a different orientation of it with kind of blacked out wheels and still very beefy tires. And well, let me show you actually the clip of it. I promised to show you a clip. So let's watch this. And this is kind of a short clip that Cadillac shared. This is official. Let's listen. So you hear kind of the V8 noises there, right? So yeah, so I'm guessing it is a supercharged V8. They have it available currently in their high-performance V-Series black wing sedans. So yeah, that should be very special. So what else do we know about the Cadillac? So this is what the current one looks like. Once again, do you see how the lower grille area is different on the current model versus the V-Series Escalade? And here's another image they unveiled. Basically a big giant Cadillac SUV shadowed in the darkness next to their performance sedans. They're saying they're expanding their V-Series of high-performance Cadillacs. And this is, by the way, I don't think it's a hybrid. It's not electrified at all in any way. It's just pure old-school V8 power. So why do I think it's going to be well over 600 horsepower? Well, here on TFLtruck.com, we have this story already published, because the current V8 in the sedans are at around 668 horsepower. And I don't think it's going to be that high of a horsepower number for the SUV because it's a truck and it has a longer body. That means the exhaust system is going to be a little bit longer, which means there are going to be some losses, probably because they have to route the exhaust a little bit longer. This happens with trucks all the time and SUVs all the time. So I'm guessing it's going to be around, 630, 640 horsepower, maybe 650. If it was 650, it would be a very special number because that would also put it ahead of some other SUVs in the luxury segment, high-performance SUVs like the Aston Martin DBX, which is also promising to unveil a very powerful version of this SUV that's still coming up very soon. The Lamborghini Urus has about 640 horsepower, so if Cadillac can top them, that would be pretty special. Then there's this. I'm going to bring this up because the Rivian R1S is an electrified SUV that's almost, they sold like a handful of these so far, but it's coming to the market this year as well, and it has 800 electrified horsepower or upwards of 800 approximately. The final specifications going to be announced a little bit later. But the Cadillac is going to have to fight against this as well. And a lot of these high-powered SUVs have 0 to 60 performance numbers in the 3.5-second range, maybe even a low 3-second range. So I don't think Cadillac is going to hit 3.9 seconds, maybe a 4-second time. But to hit the lower 3-second ranges, you have to be a lighter vehicle or have way more horsepower. It's also probably going to compete against this, at least on power. The Bentley Bentayga has upwards of 600 plus horsepower. So this is what the Cadillac V is up against. It's up against these very high dollar machines. The Rivian R1S is going to start at around 70 grand. The Cadillac probably will be well over $100,000 because the current Cadillac is already over $100,000 for the current Escalade if you equip it with optional equipment. So I'm guessing the price will be well over maybe 120-ish. That's my guess. This is unofficial once again. But it'll be way less money than a Lamborghini or an Aston Martin or a Bentley. It'll be more affordable, and I'm glad that they're going this way. It actually might push some of the others like Lincoln Navigator and maybe even the folks at Stellantis with their latest Grand Wagoneer to put a little bit more power behind their big SUVs. So let me know what you think about this Escalade V, and check it out at tfltruck.com, and also see everything automotive at tfl-studios.com.